Jim was a 13-year-old boy, living in a small, picturesque village, nestled in the hills. With no other means to support his family, Jim had become a guide for tourists visiting his beautiful area. His charming smile, deep knowledge of the trails, and stories about the history of the land made him popular among travelers. One sunny morning, a wealthy family arrived in the village to hire a guide for their tour. The father, Mr. Sam, hired Jim to guide them to a famous waterfall. Excited about earning good money, Jim agreed and the trip started. As they began their trek, Jim pointed out unique plants and beautiful scenic views. He explained the folklore behind the waterfall and other interesting stories about the area. But as they walked uphill, Jim noticed something troubling. The family was littering. Plastic bottles, wrappers, and tissues were carelessly tossed. Jim's heart sank. The forest was not just a source of income. It was home. The trees, the streams, and even the rustling of the leaves were sacred to him. Jim initially hesitated, knowing he might lose the money, but couldn't stay silent for much longer. He addressed the father. "Excuse me, sir, but we must respect this forest. Please don't litter." Mr. Sam looked offended. "It's just some trash, why does it matter?" Jim took a deep breath. "It matters because this land is alive. If we harm it, we harm ourselves. And soon there will be nothing beautiful left." Just then, they heard a sharp cry. The little girl, Mira, had slipped on a mossy rock, hitting her leg against a sharp stone, whimpering in pain. Jim sprang into action. He spotted a cluster of a wild herb, known for its antiseptic properties. He quickly plucked some leaves, crushed them into a paste with a rock, and applied it to the wound to stop the bleeding. The father now felt ashamed for his arrogance after seeing Jim acting selflessly for his daughter. Back in the village, the local doctor praised Jim's quick thinking. "That herb saved her from an infection. You're a smart boy," the doctor said. Tears filled Mr. Sam's eyes. "Jim, you didn't just guide us. You saved my daughter's life. I'll never forget this." He handed Jim an envelope that was filled with a handsome amount of money. Jim smiled. He did the right thing and was rewarded for his honesty and bravery. And Mr. Sam's family left with a renewed respect for nature. Visit the channel for more interesting stories.